Hi, everybody. I'm Shenoah, founder of Texas REIAs. Excited to be here with you all tonight. We're going to do a little bit of a mastermind as we go through the meeting tonight, and I'm going to ask some of you guys who are in the audience to play along with me, have a little bit of fun with me. And as we go through this part of our presentation tonight, I'm going to ask I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You may hear me repeat what you say, and again, it's just so the folks that are online with us can also hear what you're saying. And then you may hear me cut you off. It's not that I'm trying to be rude. It's just that I want to make sure there's not long periods of silence in there as we go through. So bear with me for those of you guys who are live and in person, and you're welcome. For those of you guys who are online watching this now or at some point in the future, excited to be here with you guys. Some of you guys have seen that I've got some great slides going in the background. As I was coming in the back kind of sneakily, I saw a bunch of you guys already taking pictures of these slides. Wonderful. Yes, you can take pictures of the slides. That's fantastic. They are on a rotation, so if you miss one or if you realize, oh, wow, that's a really good one, you don't get your camera out in time, don't worry, it's going to go back through before we finish tonight. So excited to be here with you all and excited to share some of the experiences that I've built up over almost 20 years, over almost 2 decades of investing in real estate. So I've owned a lot of property. I own a lot of property, and I've been so blessed to not have had to take a paycheck from anyone else since I left my full-time job and started working in real estate. And it's been a beautiful journey for almost 2 decades, and I'm excited to continue that journey as well. A lot of times people ask me the question like, well, when are you going to retire? Like, you've been doing it for 20 years, you have plenty of assets, you've owned them for a long time, like, you're good. And the truth is, do real estate investors ever retire? No. Why? Because they're probably having fun doing what they're doing, right? They get some joy out of it. And also there's still, a lot of money to be made for sure when it comes to real estate investing. So for myself, I don't know that I see necessarily retirement in my future, although I am at a point right now where it's like, yeah, no, that could be a thing any day now. But I enjoy what I do. I love what I do, both when it comes to helping sellers find alternative and creative strategies for their particular situation, as well as when it comes to helping investors. So I'll tell you that the first deal that I ever did came out of the local Real Estate Investor Association, and the last deal that I did came out of the local Real Estate Investor Association, right? So that's why people come here. They come here for tribal knowledge. They come here to find deals. They come here to find money. We have all of those things, and I feel like even though I don't have to be up here anymore and talk about real estate investing is something that I get a lot of joy out of doing still. And it's also a wonderful source of deals as well. So excited to be with you guys as we are on this journey tonight. So let me make sure I can get this going properly and fantastic. Here we go. So again, just want to welcome you guys to the meeting. If you are joining us online, watching us on our YouTube channel, watching us on Facebook, welcome. I'll also say you're more than welcome to join us live and in person. I'll just do a quick, camera view to see if we can just kind of show everyone who is in here as well. Just if you guys wouldn't mind waving as the camera passes you by. Hey, if you guys want to join us in person, yes, this is a live meeting. Yes, this is the middle of January. Hello, hello. And for those of you who did not wave, I'm going to give you another shot. Okay, go. All right, fantastic. Thank you for that, guys. So we meet every single Tuesday, the first, second, third, and fourth Tuesday of the month. We take the 5th Tuesday of the month off, but we get together to talk about different strategies that we use for real estate investing and some of the different things that we enjoy doing in terms of investing in real estate. So excited to be here, excited to share that knowledge with you. We just obviously closed out 2021, and I am so upset. I was literally checking up until 5:30 today. Not all of the final numbers are out for 2021, but don't worry, we have all the numbers through November, so that's what we're going to share with you guys tonight. Every single month we do a market update just to share with you what happened in the prior month. Every single month we do a tip of the week. Every single month we do a forecast as well for what's expected to be coming in the market. So what that looks like right now is I'm on all of the market forecasts of some of the top economists in the country right now, and I get to share that information with you as we go through as well. So excited to be able to do that as always. And this part of the presentation, as we're kind of getting started today, I like to call it kind of the mastermind part of the presentation. So this is where I want to get to know you, find out a little bit about what you're doing, and you're giving me this look. I can't tell. Are you flirting with me? Yeah. Would you like to talk, sir? Would you like to talk about what you're doing in real estate? I want to know. What brought you here? What are you looking to learn? How can we help? I'm just trying to get basic knowledge. Okay, what do you want to do in real estate? Flip houses. And who's your partner? Or how do you guys know each other? Friends, longtime friends. Who's the heavy? Who's going to do the heavy lifting? Who's going to talk to the sellers? Who's going to fix the houses? Both. Okay, both. Okay. All right. Who's going to know where to find the contract? Where do you get the contract at? You're hoping to learn that. Well, please write this down. I noticed some of you guys didn't bring any notes, so get your phones out if you didn't bring notes. I don't think we have any notepads in the back. I don't think the hotel provided any of those today. But please get your phone out. This is going to be important because if you're going to do real estate investing, you need to know where to get the contract. Just type out the acronym TREC, T-R-E-C, T-R-E-C. So it stands for Texas Real Estate Commission, T-R-E-C. And I can tell the folks that are writing it down, they are brand new to real estate investing. I can tell the people who are not writing it down are like, I already know that. I already got this. Okay, wonderful. So and then for your wholesalers out there, where do you go to get the wholesaler contract? Who else? Someone said TREC. Who else has something to say? Yeah, so TREC does not make a wholesale agreement. So TREC is the Texas Real Estate Commission. It's the licensing board for realtors, right? Realtors and brokers. And as much as they love you wholesaling, they don't want you practicing real estate without a license, right? And if they find you practicing real estate without a license, they will fine you, and that fine usually looks like about a $5,000 bill. Welcome to real estate investing, right? So as a real estate investor, how do we make sure that we don't get in trouble when it comes to TREC? Real estate lawyer? Yeah, what else? What do we want to say when we're wholesaling? I'm an investor. Okay, wonderful. What else? What do we want to say specifically when we're trying to wholesale a property? What specific words do we say so that we don't pay a $5,000 fine? Say it again. This is my property. I'm not the end. Say that again, sir. I'm selling my equitable interest in the property. I'm selling my contract. Okay, why do we say that? Because if we're selling the contract, if we're selling the property, who are we acting like? A realtor who is not licensed. So if they find you, they will fine you. So I want to make sure you guys are all aware of that, just so you don't get fined. So some people say, like, your job, Shenoah, is to teach me how to invest in real estate. And I always say, yes, that is my job, and I take my job very seriously. I want people to make money in real estate. But I really see my job number one as what? Making sure you don't lose money as a real estate investor. That is what I see as my job number one. So I'd hate for you to start investing in real estate and make some kind of newbie error, right? Because you don't know what you don't know, right? And that's one of the big ones that I see a lot of wholesalers get into trouble for. In fact, if you go online to TREC, the first page of the TREC is basically like, hey, here's a list of people who have messed stuff up and have gotten fined. So if you're just getting started, you get your contracts from TREC. Now, are those can you use those if you are a non-realtor? Yeah, you can. Now, do they want you to be a realtor to use them? Yes, they do, right? Do they want you to get help so you fill it out right? Because it's like 11 pages long and there's probably 95 blanks on there. Yeah, you need some help filling it out. And who's going to help you fill that out? The seller? No, they're not going to have a clue, right? You guys want a good tip on figuring out how to fill out the form properly? Sell your property to your company. Sell your property to your company. Practice filling it out. Practice where you get the information off the CAD. the central appraisal district for whatever county your property is in, right? Practice what you're putting in for, your option period, your close date, your sales price, how much you're putting down cash, how much you're financing if you're financing anything. Practice trying to figure out, well, is this in an HOA or not in an HOA? Is this built before 1978? Is there a survey? Has the survey been updated? If there's not a survey, who's going to pay for that survey, right? How are you accepting the property? Are you accepting the property as is, or are you asking them to do repairs? What other addenda might be required with it, or what other addenda, like was it built before 1978? Does it have a propane tank on it? Is there third-party financing involved? Is there a short sale involved? Is it in an HOA, right? Is it in a MUD, or public utility district, right? So practice selling your property, or practice buying your neighbor's property, right? Now, I love it when I see, a new investor is like, I've got this lead. I'm so stoked. I'm going out there today. I've never filled out a contract in my entire life. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have an opportunity to make $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000, and I have no idea what I'm doing. How many of you guys feel like that? It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Actually, it's not okay. It's really not. So here's what I kind of liken it to. So a lot of times I see, I guess I would say, like, imagine, so this time for New Year's resolutions. How many of you guys have a New Year's resolution to get fit? Some of you guys were raising your hand even before I said that. Okay, so let's say have a New Year's resolution to get fit, right? But let's say your New Year's resolution was, I'm going to be I'm going to win the women's bodybuilding figure, whatever, right? Let's say that might be one of your goals, right? So and then you say, well, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've decided that I want to go do this, so I'm just going to get a really weird looking spray tan, and I'm going to get some hooker clear heels, right? And I'm just going to, you know what I'm talking about, yes? And I'm just going to walk on stage. And I think I got this, right? As real estate investors, many real estate investors, they don't normally put on the, clear shoes, or get the weird looking spray tan, but they do something similar, which is I have an opportunity to really make a lot of money here, right? I have an opportunity to really reach one of my goals. I have a lot of opportunity to really make an impact here. But I'm just gonna kind of guess at it, right? Is that how you're gonna live your life in 2022? Okay, 3 people said no. Really? Some of you guys are like, give me those heels. I think I got this. I think I got this. Okay. So guys, practice, right? Get in your reps. This is an opportunity for some of you guys might do one deal that might be the equivalent of a full year's salary. Don't you think you want to get your reps in before you go out there? Please do this. And so I'll kind of paint you the other side of the picture, which is if you screw something up, there are those people that are called the cleaner, right? You know who those? Do you guys have those cleaners in your life? The people who come in and kind of clean up everything after you. Say it again. They did. Yeah, so I would say it's kind of like going to Rudy's Barbecue, where the sign says, your mother's not here, clean up after yourself, right? So who's the cleaner, though, in real estate? If you screw this completely up, who's going to come right after you? Someone said the IRS. Nah, you guys are like, no, that's not what's going to happen. This is going to happen way before the IRS ever knocks on your door. What's going to happen? Say again? The bank? No, come on. What's going to happen if you screw this up? The seller? Seller what? Seller's attorney? Maybe, probably not, though. What else? What else you got for me? Who's the cleaner? Who's the cleaner? Who's going to come and clean up your mess? The accountant? No. Someone's like, tax office? No. Okay, let me back this up. I'm going to give you some more context clues because clearly I'm not giving you the information you need to figure this out. You wrote the contract wrong. If you wrote the contract wrong, what is that contract possibly called? Man, you come up with some really negative stuff. She's like, the IRS is going to come for you. You're going to get fraud. Okay, so whenever I want to hear anything negative or scary, I'm just going to point to you. What does that make that contract? It's not null and void. It's unenforceable. Who said that? Okay, you must be the realtor, right? Almost there. She's like, I read that today, right? So if it's unenforceable, what does that allow the seller to do? Not enforce? Who's the genius in the turtleneck who says not enforce? No, that's exactly right. No, I appreciate that. That's awesome. But who's going to be the cleaner? Who's going to come in after you? And are they going to clean it up for you, or are they going to clean it up for themselves? Themselves. So what does that mean? What are they going to do if you screw this whole thing up and you create an unenforceable contract? What are they going to do? They're going to steal your property, okay? They're going to take that. They're going to say, "Oh, this rookie must just be getting started, right? I can tell. Like, let's see all of the mistakes that they made." And gosh, this is gonna sound harsh, and I'm going to ask, can you guys make a commitment to me tonight that whatever I say, you promise you won't cancel me? Is this thing? I can hear you guys breathing. I mean, come on. Whatever I say, you guys won't cancel me. Yes? Okay. And use your powers for good. And I do use my powers for good. But occasionally I'll get a seller who will come to me and say, "Hey, I think I may have made a mistake here. And what am I going to ask to see?" I'm going to ask to see the contract. And what am I going to look for on that contract? Mistakes. What mistakes might I look for? What mistakes might you look for that you want to write down just in case you're the cleaner? What would make it unenforceable? No consideration. Actually, you can have an enforceable contract without consideration. Yes, you can. Yeah. Special provisions? Missing signatures. Like, who's missing signatures? Like, which one of the sellers? If you just get the husband to sign, and there's a wife, right? Or if you just get one of the heirs, all interested parties, that's exactly right. So am I going to look for that as the cleaner? Oh, you bet. What else am I going to look for? Legal description, you can kind of screw that one up, and that's actually going to be, okay. Dates, like, give me an example. Closing dates, okay. How could they screw that up? If it's past it, what else? What could they screw up? Option period date. So I can't read is it David in the kind of marina shirt? Okay. So David said if there's no option fee, right, or there's no earnest money fee. Let me kind of dig into that. What time periods are there? So let's say that you give them option money. And let's say that you get an option period, right? So that's fine. We're doing everything right. But let's say you, in the contract, write that there is an option period, and you write in the contract that there is option money to be given. And what happens if the seller never received the option money, or the title company never received the option money? Is it enforceable? Raise your hand if you think it's not enforceable. Raise your hand if you think it's enforceable. It is enforceable. But what's changed here? Now you just don't have an option period. You don't have an option period. Still enforceable. Okay, let's say that you put earnest money down. And let's say that you did not deliver that earnest money to the title company. Is that enforceable? It's not. It's not enforceable. But here's what you need to be clear on. If you have a willing and able seller and you have a willing and able buyer, can you close on an unenforceable contract? The answer is yes, you can. Now, but what happens when somebody else walks in who's a cleaner who says they offered you what? And you took what? Let me see that contract. Let me see where they may have flubbed this. because they were so uncomfortable in their hooker heels that their brain stopped working and they messed something up. I'm going to go and find the thing that they messed up, right? You guys need to go and find the thing that they messed up. So let's see here. So got not all the names, right? We've got maybe not putting the earnest or option money on time. And then now let's say, and sometimes this happens, let's say that the earnest money does not get there on time, but it gets there before the seller objects to the earnest money not getting there on time. Is that an enforceable contract? It is. It is. So the last thing you want to do is to call that other investor to say, hey, did you get that earnest money over there? Who are you going to call, though? You're going to call the title company. Now, do title companies have relationships with investors? Yes. And some title companies want to maintain those relationships with those investors and be able to close on a deal that they may have already opened title and done a lot of work on? Yes. So just be aware of that little factoid as well, because sometimes that, that can punch you a little bit in the face as well. So I've seen some title companies just take a really long time to, oh, yes, let me check that for you. I'll be back in 12 hours after I get the investor who flubbed this to come and bring over that money, okay? So in a little ways, guys, I'm giving you a little bit of a realtor quiz, right? But realtors will also be your cleaner. So you think you're just competing against other investors. You're also competing against realtors who want to get what? That would be a listing. That would be a listing. And I have seen realtors who have gotten sellers out of contract because somebody didn't put their earnest money out there, right? So do be aware of that. Now, let's say that you gave your option money, you gave your earnest money, and let's say you gave it all on time. And let's say you're in your option period and you find something you don't like. What are your options at this point? Negotiate. Good. What else? Terminate, right? Negotiate or terminate. And then let's say you get out of your option period and you're a couple days from closing and you realize, oh, I messed something up. What can you do? What can you do at that point? What did you say? Extend the closing? Buy some time? To do what? Whatever you got to do. Write that down, my friends. Just like, oh, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Can you still amend the contract? Can you still negotiate it? Yes. Now, does the seller have to do anything? No. No. So can they tell you no? Yes, they can tell you no. But sometimes are they saying like, they're weighing out their option. If I put it back on the market, and I'm not saying do this. This is being awful. This is making me need to take a shower right now. So don't do any of these things. Be a good investor. Here's something new, and especially for my wholesalers and your wholesaler friend. You're recording me? I'm recording me. You're taking notes. Okay, good. You're going to go on my YouTube and download it. Okay, that's awesome. It'll be there in like the next couple of minutes, so that's awesome. So here's what I wanted your wholesaler partner to hear as well. So is wholesaling legal in Texas? Yes, it is. We talked about some of the language that we have to use when we're wholesaling to make sure we don't get fined. Yes? We're all clear on that? We're selling our equitable interest in the property. We're selling our contract. We're not selling the property, right? And we disclose that we are not the owner, and we'll also sometimes disclose, and I'm not a realtor, right? What's the new thing that's coming up, and it's been coming up just for the last couple of months, that is stopping some wholesalers in their tracks? I hear some whispers. An extension on the pre-foreclosure? No. COVID laws? No. Could you rephrase the question? Can you use it in a sentence? So I said, what's the new thing that's stopping some wholesalers in their tracks? What's something new that's stopping wholesalers in their tracks? No. Title companies. How are title companies showing up in a new way to get in the way of all of you guys who want to wholesale properties? What's title policies? Develop that a little more. They want to make money on their title policies, yeah. But how are they kind of getting in the way for you as a real estate investor? Double closings. Keep going. What's the new document that some of them are requiring every time they see a wholesale fee or wholesale agreement? A disclosure to the seller. And what if I told you that it is for some title companies, not every title company, but what if I told you for some title companies that disclosure to the seller is a required form that the seller has to sign in order to sell? What does that mean? How does that translate for you as a real estate investor? Say it again. Keep the seller informed. What else? Can the seller now technically not sign that document and not have violated any part of the contract? You follow that? It's the title companies are deciding to do it. Why would a title company decide to do something like that? To protect their image? What else? Protect their insurance on the title? What else? Remove liability. Go a little further on that one. No, that's good. That's a good thought. I like where you're going with that. But what they're trying to avoid is a seller later coming back to the title company and saying, "You did not disclose to me that the buyer was going to immediately sell the property, and therefore, I'm going to sue you." Now, is the seller right in doing that? You're giving me this this looks absurd. Is the seller right in doing that? Not really. There's nothing on there that says that, but sometimes do we do things just so we don't get sued? I mean, do we still have to answer a lawsuit even if I didn't do anything wrong? Right? The answer is yeah. Everyone in here who's ever been sued has said, "Yeah, we do." I already know who you are. We're just we're now watching you. It's official. So a couple little tips, yes, to help you in your wholesaling business and all of your real estate investing business. So let's see here. I can't read your name. Will you tell me what that is? Christopher. What brings you here? What are you looking to learn? How can we help? Knowledge from other investors. We're looking to invest in our first property. In a duplex or triplex, okay. House hack, okay. I get that impression. This is your wife, yeah? So I hope so. This is the strange woman I'm sitting uncomfortably close to right now. And you notice she's kind of backed into the corner. So I wasn't sure exactly on that, but so you're more, Christopher, you're more into it than, is it Melissa? Am I reading that right? Julissa. You're more into it than Julissa. Is that right? You're both into it. Okay. I'm trying to do a little scan of the room to see which one of you, how many of you were brought here against your will. I typically know who you are because you're the ones like this. This is the international sign of, I don't want to be here, let's get out now. Point them out. Normally I do, but some of you guys I can't see. Super well. But so what do you have to? Let me ask the question: who is here against your will? It's okay. One person is giving the head scratch on the side to where his wife can't see. Who's here is kind of like, I don't know about this thing. It's okay. I'm curious. Blink twice. What does that mean? Oh, blink twice. This is a hostage situation. It's like when you go to the airport now, it's like do you know someone who's used I'm not gonna try not to get canceled tonight. Okay. So seriously though, who was brought here was like, I don't know about this. I'm gonna let this person take the lead. It's okay. I'm curious. Who are you? Really, every single one of you guys are equally into it as the person who brought you here. Okay, well, that's actually really fantastic, because usually someone is brought here against their will. Okay, so if you don't want to tell me, and you're not giving me the blink or the wink or the head scratcher or any one of those things, I will tell you how. Well, let me ask this question. Then somebody's going to raise their hand here. It's like it's going to happen. And all the procrastinators are like, I'll do it tomorrow. Who in here has a spouse or partner that they would like to be here with them? Okay, a couple of you guys. Okay, a few of you guys. How do you get that spouse or partner here? They're in the car, aren't they? I've got this late work meeting. I'm going to be on Zoom. I can't go in there right now. So how do you get your spouse or your partner into this? Find a babysitter. That was not going to be on my list, but I appreciate that. Thank you, Sam. How do you do it? Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch online. Okay, Chance, like, you're on my marketing team now. Like, do you hear what Chance said? Chance said, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're online. But no. How do you get your spouse, your partner to do it? Show them the math. There's something better than math. You said it. The check would be nice. And you know what? Now is good. And so is now, right? So sometimes we have to show the money in order to be able to get the person to come with us along for the ride. And as we go through the presentation tonight, I'll certainly show you different things that you can go back and show them. I'd be happy. I'll tell you all of the deals that I do with my husband. But when I got started, my first deal that I ever did, I did with my mom. Is anybody here with a parent? Anybody here with a parent? Okay, one of you. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. Anybody here? Okay, one of you too. Okay. That doesn't look biologically possible. This guy. Okay. I'm like, he does not look old enough. He looks younger than you, but okay. It's so funny. One of the members of the REIA, her name's Nancy. You guys will get to meet her at some point. She's super young, and sometimes she'll like refer to me as like, Shenoah is she's kind of like my mom. She helped me get started in real estate, and I'm like, I'm giving her this look like, honey, that's not even biologically possible. Like, it's like, I didn't even have puberty like when you were born. So, and I'm just trying to like talk her down to look like we're so much different in age. But it is a fun thing to do with a spouse. It is a fun thing to do with a partner. It is a fun thing to do with a parent. I did my second deal with my brother. Anybody here with a brother or sibling? Anybody here with siblings? Okay. So it's a fun deal to do with your family members, and it's great to bring your spouse along for the ride as well. So my husband and I, we do all of our deals together, and neither of us have had to take a paycheck since we left corporate America. So he left in 2003. I left in 2004. I've not had to update my resume since then, and it has been a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's so funny. Like, Phil was asking me the other day. It's like, well, when did we first start doing it? I'm like, I'm gonna have to like find a password to my LinkedIn to figure out when the last time I updated that from when I was in corporate America. So real estate investing can do some really magical, wonderful things for you, both from the standpoint of replacing income, as well as from the standpoint of just creating some cash flow on the side, as well as from the standpoint of creating a lot of wealth for you. So many of the properties that we bought in 2003, 2004, 2005, and keep going, we still own to this day. And so it's been, the first several years as we're investing in real estate, we're like, okay, well, the cash flow is good, right? And I know some of you guys are here for cash flow. But the wealth thing's just not happening at the speed that I would like. But over the last 8 years, what's been happening with people's wealth who bought and hold real estate? It's like doubled and doubled and doubled, right? So, and that's what I want for all of you guys. We'll go through a lot of different strategies tonight to make sure that you all can get on that path as well. So And some of you guys have said that you want to do the house hack method. So the first house that I bought was a house hack, but it was before someone had, alliteration is king. So it was before someone had created that alliteration around house hacking. But that's a property that we bought that's still in our family today, and has created a lot of both income as well as wealth for us. So it's a great strategy to be able to use. I will say that what I find most people, they have this idea. It's like someone lives in the front, I live in the back, and that becomes great until like your neighbor starts to drive you bananas. Okay, so at some point you will want to get away from all of your renters and be anonymous and have an LLC. I promise you, right? So I want you to. I like that that's where you're starting, but I do want you to kind of imagine and envision your life even kind of going beyond that, right? So. We'll give you some of those different strategies as we go through the presentation today. So is it Cecilia? What brings you here? What are you looking to learn? How can we help? Always been interested in the real estate business. Never took, never did anything. So when you say always, Cecilia, how long? About 10 years. Cecilia, while we're young, while my clothes are still in style, please, right? How many of you guys I've been interested in real estate for a long time. How many of you guys can beat Cecilia's 10 years? Oh God, you really? Really? You ma'am, you too. Okay, that's going to end tonight. Okay, tonight we're going to, it's like, So, Cecilia, and is this a friend of yours next to you? What's her name? Robin. Okay, so Robin, you can tell me about, I'm sorry, Tina, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. You can tell me, is Cecilia a left-brainer? Is Cecilia super analytical? Does Cecilia take a long time to make decisions? Does Cecilia put a lot of thought into it? You're more the analytical one. A freestyler analytical. Okay, we're going to break. Oh. Okay, love people. Okay, free. I don't know what that means. I know the 7-Up freestyle, Okay. All right, let's hear it. Love to love on people. You love people, yes. You analyze a lot. Okay. And then, sir, you said you've been looking for a long time too, right? Would you consider yourself a left-brainer, highly analytical? Yeah. Engineer, accountant, what? Chef. Okay, interesting. Okay. So like I'm putting in a pinch, and you're putting in a pinch. I need the measuring spoon. No, not that measuring spoon. I need the other one. No, the smaller one. No, the smaller. Yeah, okay, that one. Is that how you cook? That's right. Okay. How many of you guys in here don't follow a recipe when you cook? Okay. How many of you guys follow the recipe to the T? Okay. So, ma'am, you had said you've been looking at real estate for a long time. You're a left-brainer. Okay. Then what's holding you back? I'm curious. Nothing is holding you back. A realtor in Chicago for 35 years. Retired from that. Got involved in tax deeds, okay. A rental in Vermont. Well, you have not been investigating. You've been doing it. Welcome to Texas, February 2020. Yeah. I know people are here. Right? It's like, I know people live here. Okay. She says she's excited to be here. She can finally meet. She's getting a round of applause. She's like, I'm double boosted. Like, I'm ready. Like, I am so ready. Like, none's going to hold me back. That's awesome. So, Okay. Well, you know what I love about that, because I think, I read a story about a woman that Timothy Ferriss interviewed, and it was either Tools of Titans or Tribe of Mentors. Who's read either of those? Who's a Timothy Ferriss fan? Who said they're huge? Yeah, they're 750 pages long, I know, and they're worth every single word. I promise you that. But one of the things it talked about is this woman who at 45, who was very successful, said, I'm going to go and be a 45-year-old intern, and I'm stoked about it because I want to reinvest and I want to change my life. So I'm stoked that you're here. So welcome. Welcome to you. What is your name? I'm sorry. Barbara? Or Barb or Barbara? Okay. Barb or Barbara. So, all right. So we're ready. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thank you. All right. So